Hi, I'm Jody Roberts. I work as the Community Advocacy Manager and I work mainly down at the Community Focus Hub, which is in the centre of Burnley. We open on Mondays, Tuesdays and Thursdays, 10 till 2, and we provide a drop-in service or support for individuals that have booked in for support. And we support with a wide variety of different things. That can be things like benefits, housing, form filling, support to write complaint letters. It can be things like accessing universal credit logons. It can be making simple telephone calls if you're worried about doing those kind of things. Sometimes we can refer people into service so they can end up with a little bit more long-term support from one of our advocates, our individual advocates, rather than a drop-in team. We support with things like signposting to different resource and providers within the area too, so we can link you up with people who might be able to support you with more specific issues. It really depends on what the person pops in for, really. Sometimes we just offer a cuppa and a listening ear. Space where people feel that they can open up about whatever's bothering them, whatever issue they have at that moment in time, and not feel judged for it. The team are all really, really good at making people feel comfortable, happy, and safe enough to be able to speak about what's bothering them at the time. I think every single person that we support is memorable in its own way. There's a lot of joy that we all get as a team from being able to help people from the small stuff through to the big stuff. Because whatever's bothering an individual is important to them, and so we'll try and help them in whatever way we do. Thing that probably sticks in my mind the most would probably be when we had a gentleman come through who came for the first time just to drop in, see what we did, was more interested in just being with us and having a bit of a laugh and a joke rather than saying that he had any issues. And again, we open the space up to that too. We have a lot of what we would now call our regulars who pop through to the hub just to come and have a cup of tea, a little bit of a chat, tell us about the day, tell us about what the week's been like or whatever's going on in their own lives. This particular gentleman was one of them. He would drop in from time to time. Sometimes we'd see him, sometimes we wouldn't, but he never really spoke about his issues. On one occasion, he did come through though, and he was in a slightly different mood. I would say seemed a little bit lower than what he usually did. And so I asked him how things were, and he started to open up to me. And he was unfortunately homeless. And so we supported him on that day at the time and told him how we could help him if he wanted that help and if he wanted to have that support. He said no and went away and just said thanks for listening, and that was fine. You know, we wouldn't have pressurized him into having that support. But then he returned again about a week later and said, yeah, actually I'd like that support. So we supported him over a couple of sessions to get him involved with some different housing providers, got some different people involved from like a rehabilitation perspective to help him with his ongoing addictions. And I'm now proud to say that he is now housed. He's got himself into a rehabilitation program, and he's got support from people within the housing facility that he's currently in. He drops in every now and again still. Again, we don't know when he'll turn up, but when he does, he's always back to how he was in the beginning, happy, smiley, grateful for the support. But he just, normally pops in just for a cuppa to let us know how he's getting on. But yeah, he's definitely one of our regulars who's stayed around, which is lovely. It's an opener, isn't it? I think when you offer someone a cup of tea, I think as English people, we're very good with tea, aren't we? It's like, oh, this has happened, have a cup of tea. Oh, I'm feeling a bit sad today, have a cup of tea. Oh, I'm going through this at the moment, have a cup of tea. It just is that opener to conversation sometimes, and just allowing a person by the time that they finish the end of the cup of tea, or even sometimes longer, you know, we don't push people out, but if they sit and have a cup of tea, they've got that time to just reflect. And if they're given the choice, then whilst they're drinking a cup of tea, to just have a little bit of a chat. And again, it's just non-judgmental. If someone wants to talk or they don't want to talk, it's just sitting in here. And we allow people to do that too, to just sit here and have a cup of tea, just important, I think, to just be non-judgmental and to support the local community, to not feel that they have to engage in support, but at the same time, we are here if they want support. For the local community, it's making a place where people can feel accepted. Popping in, having a cup of tea means that hopefully we'll combat loneliness within and around the local community. And like I've already mentioned, making that space where people feel comfortable enough to pop in just to see us, to have support if they need it, a place where hopefully they can refer other people to as well. We get a lot of people who'll go, oh, such and such told me to pop in, and so I've popped in, and can you help me with this? So yeah, community cuppa is that first step towards people reaching out for support. Pop by, first of all, or come with someone else. If you're worried about popping in, we have a lot of people who pop in pairs, come to see us with a friend, just see what we're about, really. And whilst they're here, they just end up having a bit of a chat with us, hopefully feel comfortable, have a biscuit, have a brew, and then hopefully open up. But equally, like I've mentioned, if someone doesn't open up straight away, they can come as many times as they would like during our open hours, just to sit in here, see the kind of things that we do, have a chat with different staff members. We've sometimes got different staff members down here, so hopefully meeting different people, seeing about us, and then hopefully they'll get the support that they need.